Alright, another response video to Professor Anton. Well, let's get on with the mess. The horror.
So I want to try to do a quick response here to Fred. That's Conference Report's most recent video called What Good is God? I did think this was an interesting video, and I wanted to further clarify some of the things that I was saying in some of my recent videos regarding the atheist-theist debate. To me, part of the problem with the atheist-theist debate is that it's really, basically, it's the dogmatists who are having the argument, not...
Yeah, right. Whatever, yeah, the dogma of what? Evolution. Right? I mean, that's the substance of what's being argued here. I mean, name the atheists. Point them out. Point out all these atheists that are arguing some other truth as the foundation, as the foundational argument against religion. Okay, is the fact that we evolved. And that's what they want to destroy the credibility of the religion with. And why are they doing it? Usually because of some stupid social issue, unfortunately. Because they don't like the morality of the Bible, telling people their bedroom stuff and the drug thing, or it's usually something like that. Abortion, homosexuality, or drugs. Okay, that motivates, what, 98% of theist argument is motivated by that reality. How many of them are talking about the right to die? Okay, that's the huge subject. I mean, huge religious connotation. We have laws against people being able to die basically because of goddamn religious fuckers. Okay? I mean, that's why euthanasia isn't taking place right the fuck now, is basically because of religion. How many people are making videos pointed against religion for that reason? Yeah, that's right. None. War is another issue. Capitalism also is associated with religion. So whatever, but this is just idiotic to talk about dogma. Point to the dogma. All right, compare the dogmas. What's the dogma of the religious people? Yeah, Adam and Eve and an all-knowing God who, punishes and creates hells and heavens and bargains and does all that shit. And the atheist argument dogma is, yeah, where we evolved, and then they decide from there what the implications of that are. There's no God telling us what to do. We're the only people who can tell us what to do, and most atheists are, in my opinion, assholes. Selfish, motherfucking, useless pieces of fucking shit. Because, yeah, they've concluded that because there's no God, that means I can do whatever the fuck I want. It doesn't fucking matter. Alright, but don't point that argument at me, because it's not the argument coming from my camp. Go find the video where I said it doesn't matter. Go find that asshole before you bring me up in this fucking video.
The people who are engaging in the sophisticated questions and the sophisticated problems.
Oh, yeah, right. See, that's so pretentious. You're the one who's being sophisticated, right? And you talk complete goddamn nursery school babble. You just sit there, I will point to these phrases you make that is complete asshole crap. I'll link to a Mrs. Pac-Man blog post, where she talks, where she points out that, she reads some of these philosophy blogs and it makes her want to, because it's just so goddamn inane. This incomprehensible gobbledygook of a goddamn language you fuckers use, just to veil the fact that you're not saying anything. You're just saying some pretty words and saying let's all make the totem pole out of just pretty things. Let's just have a pretty totem pole. It won't mean anything. It won't be the face of anybody. It'll just be pretty shapes. Because let's just revere the pretty shapes. That's your fucking dogma. Pretty shaperism.
Perspective, as I would say, we shouldn't be arguing for or against theism, if by that we mean fantasy and a guy in the sky who sits on a throne and creates things and has made contracts and deals and will
we shouldn't be arguing it. Why not?
Ensure salvation and all this kind of stuff. I think from many people's perspective, they would see me, certainly Christians, other people would see me as an atheist. Right, an atheist who's obsessed with the word God and divine. Right, that makes a hell of a lot of fucking sense. I would continue to try to suggest the only real worthwhile question, from my perspective, is, what are we to do with ourselves? How are we to understand the ultimate mystery that we are?
That's the whole fucking problem. See, you should stop right there. Because you haven't proven there's an ultimate mystery. You haven't demonstrated that the question hasn't been fucking answered. Alright? I mean, we have the biological science. We have physics. We have a diagram of our origins. There's no ultimate mystery anymore. It's pretty goddamn clear where the fuck we came from. And you just don't like that truth. And so you're going to keep pretending there's some other truth behind the truth. That there's some finger somewhere that did something intelligent. And that this isn't all just fucking consumption and re-fucking production.
Just reduce it and say, I'm just an animal that has evolved from natural evolution on a planet that still doesn't answer the ultimate.
Yeah, just an animal, that's right. An animal with intelligence. Who's denying the fact that we're smarter than the rest of the animals? Is somebody denying that we have intelligence? But what you care to deny is that the reason why we have that intelligence is it just happened to be a very good survival tool. It happened to be a good scheming fucking tool. And you certainly can't provide any evidence that most of the human race hasn't used it as a scheming tool.
The questions that I have, that I think other people have, of does this matter? Why is consciousness able to contemplate the ultimate questions?
Why is intelligence, not consciousness? Okay, consciousness doesn't contemplate the ultimate questions. Consciousness exists in a lot of ignorant animals, even retarded humans who aren't contemplating anything but, you know, finger smells funny when I stick it in my ass. You know, they're not contemplating. All right, so don't confuse terminology here. Our intelligence enables us to contemplate. All right, it enables us to see a broader and bigger fucking reality. But that's it. It's just a little extra intelligence that makes that possible.
Beyond the Big Bang, like what started that? How did it come into being? Was it a fluke? Was it a chance? What would chance mean?
Well, duh. Well, was it an intelligent designer who said, yeah, I'm just going to create a big fucking bang? That's what intelligence do. They just walk outside and they go, bang! You know, for no fucking reason, okay? And they just let chaos take... Yeah, that's what real intelligence does. It goes out and it says, I'm going to create chaos that may, you know, eat its own ass and, you know, die of, you know, whatever, testicle cancer or whatever the fuck you want to pick. Well, no, intelligence doesn't create sloppy. And then there's all the evidences is that you were a sloppy fucking creation, and you can't undo that truth. You can't. There's nothing you can unravel with all your babble to get out of that. That it's a very sloppy fucking game we're involved in here. And intelligence wouldn't play a sloppy game.
I mean, these sort of ultimate questions about, is my life simply the passing off of genetic material? See, I think this is
that's just straw man crap. No one's making that argument. Are we just simply seahorses? Are we just simply parameciums? Obviously, we're not simply that, okay? But yeah, through evolution, we've acquired sentience. And then through some more evolution, we've acquired this intelligence thing, and we can do this contemplating thing, and we can ask these goddamn questions thing, okay? But it's not magic. It's just an extension of the fucking slug. Okay, it's an enhancement, if you want to call it that, but it's an enhancement that comes with a liability. Because for every piece of beauty we can see, we also reveal the ugliness, the horror, the tragedy. So it is ecstasy and agony. All right, it is not a free fucking ride. It is not some phantasmagorical, yeah, let's go find our mission and go complete it. There's no fucking mission here. Okay, there's satisfying your fucking desires, and that's it. There's human beings with needs and desires, and then there's a world that they can glean that out of. And the only question is how efficiently will they glean what they want? How efficiently will they do their taking? But that's all we can do is take.
An interesting place to come into this is to ask the question about, if we're just animals, and we say certainly we're continuous with animals, but if there is an emergent socio-historical phenomenon that has come with...
Oh, whatever. Socio-historic phenomenon. I mean, what the fuck does that mean again? Why don't you explain what these phrases mean? Oh, do we have a history that we've recorded on a piece of paper that we can read? Yes. Do elephants follow a path they've walked for 10,000 years, or 20,000, or 30,000? Yes. Do they know that it's a 30,000-year-old path? No. Okay, so the big difference is we know, they don't know. Big fucking woo.
Language and culture, and now cultural evolution is rapidly accelerating. If that is all the case, it seems as if the critical question would be, we're not just, again, in the sense of dropping off offspring. I mean, tuna drop off tons of eggs. I mean, they propagate and are...
Again, straw man. Who the fuck is claiming we're tuna fish? Go find me the video that says, where the guy titles the video, "We're just fucking tuna fish." Go find that fucking video and then argue with that fucking guy. Alright? But don't sit there and imply that the atheist community is implying that we're tuna fish.
To leave genetic offspring, I guess in mass numbers, as you move up the scale, phylogenetic scale, right? I think you see that higher primates spend more time trying to raise. They spend more time binding, more efforts trying to raise their young, and then I think it becomes
they're socialized animals, just like wolves.